Welcome to the Narrowing Path, walking the spiritual walk. My name is Steve Van Eiderstein. Thank you all for joining me today for today's daily reading by James Allen. I'm looking forward to it. May's been a solid month so far, so I'm interested to see where it continues to take us. And just so much already been said. James Allen can pack so much in just a paragraph. It blows my mind. So this will be fresh to you and fresh to me, meaning you will get my genuine response, reactions, observations, what I relate to about the reading and my experiences with it. So here we go. This is May 3rd's reading from James Allen Daily Meditation. Glorious, radiant, free, detached from the tyranny of self. The journey to the kingdom may be a long and tedious one, or it may be short and rapid. It may occupy a minute, or it may take 1,000 ages. Everything depends on the faith and belief of the searcher. The majority cannot enter in because of their unbelief. For how can men realize righteousness when they do not believe in it, nor in the possibility of its accomplishment? Neither is it necessary to leave the outer world and performance of one's duties. Neither is it necessary to leave the outer world and one's duties therein. Nay, it can only be found through the unselfish performance of one's duty. But all who believe and aspire to achieve will sooner or later arrive at victory, if, amid all their worldly duties, they faint not, nor lose sight of the ideal goodness, and continue with unshaken resolve to press on to perfection. The outward life harmonizes itself with the inward music. I like how he was talking about you have to believe that it's possible to achieve these things, right? Like we have to make sure that we believe we are going to get to where we want to go, that we believe we are going to be able to accomplish and achieve these things. And how we are the only ones that get in our own way. He talked about that a little bit too from the initial reading here. So I'm excited to break this down again. So here we go. This opening line was just a inspirational one, that's for sure. Glorious, radiant, free, detached from the tyranny of self. When we stop living a self-serving lifestyle, when we stop taking actions that only benefit ourselves and our personal desires, life is glorious, radiant, and free. We are glorious, radiant, and free when we are detached from the tyranny of self. So much good stuff is just outside of our own selfishness. And it amazes me sometimes. He talks about it so regularly. Excuse me. The journey to the kingdom may be a long and tedious one, or it may be short and rapid. At least we know there's options, right? I believe that anything worth having is worth working for, right? But if there's a shorter way to do things, or a way that doesn't get slowed down, I'd much rather do it that way. It may occupy a minute, or it may take 1,000 ages. Everything depends on the faith and belief of the searcher. So here we go. This is the key to how your experience will go. It is your faith and belief in this way of life and in the God of your understanding, that power that is greater than you, The magnitude of that faith and belief dictates how quickly or how slowly this journey will go. And that has been my experience. I've done a lot of things and all they ever did was slow me down, whether I thought they were good or bad. What I need to do is hold and strengthen that faith and belief in righteousness. The majority cannot enter in because of their unbelief. For how can men realize righteousness when they do not believe in it, nor in the possibility of its accomplishment? That's pretty straightforward there. They cannot enter in because of their unbelief. They can't enter into this realm of freedom and joyousness and spirituality because they don't believe in it. The door is closed to them still. That willingness to open the door and step through is not there yet. And when that's not there, that makes their journey that 1,000 ages. How can men realize righteousness when they do not believe in it, nor in the possibility of its accomplishment? So not only do they not believe in it, they don't believe it can be achieved, righteousness. They don't believe that peace and love and serenity can be achieved. And that's a huge thing to actually understand, right? Like, this is a kind of a prerequisite that you have to believe that you can get there. You can achieve these things that we talk about. Neither is it necessary to leave the outer world and one's duty therein. So we don't have to abandon our duties. We don't have to abandon this world. We live in this world. We're meant to find this path in this world. That's why we're here. That's one of the challenges we get to face and overcome. And that's where the peace comes from in this world, is when we walk this path. So we don't abandon our duties and leave this world. Nay, it can only be found through the unselfish performance of one's duties. We have to be of service to these things in our lives, whether it's our partners, our children, our loved ones, our coworkers, our employers, our fellow citizens. Right? We have to be, this path of righteousness can only be found through the unselfish performance of one's duties. The kingdom, as he calls it here. But all who believe and aspire to achieve will sooner or later arrive at victory. So if you believe and you're aspiring to achieve these things you believe in, you're making your way, you have faith in the fact that you can get there, you will get there. That's what he's saying here. Sooner or later arrive at victory, if amid their worldly duties they faint not, nor lose sight of the ideal goodness, and continue with unshaken resolve to press on to perfection. So don't get discouraged. Remember your purpose. Remember the path you're on. Remember the walk you're taking. Right? Remember these things through all of the ups and downs of life, and through all of your duties, and all you must be of service to. Never lose sight of ideal goodness. And continue with unshakable resolve to press on to perfection. So continue to strive for perfection, that Christ-like living, that righteousness, all those principles we talk about, that honesty, courage, hope, faith, forgiveness, love, integrity, discipline, service, all these things. Continue to practice the principles of that spiritual way of life. And then this final line here is great, and it's a different way to say one of James Allen's common themes. And the outward life harmonizes itself with the inward music. That means whatever's going on inside of your soul, inside of your heart, will eventually show in your external world. No matter how good you fake it, no matter how good you try to hide it and mask it and cover it up, your true heart's desires, your true inward music will harmonize with your outward life. Remember, your life is what you've made it to be through your perspective and understandings. So, well, that was a fantastic reading. Absolutely incredible with its just inspiration and the message of you have to believe it's possible. I think it's Wayne Dyer says it's not when you see it, you'll believe it. It's when you believe it, you'll see it, right? That's what we're talking about here. Practicing that belief in faith in a life of righteousness. And practicing that. And then seeing the results of your actions. So, well, that was a fantastic reading today. Thank you all for joining me so much. I really just appreciate it. And that was May 3rd's reading from James Allen's Daily Meditations. And I'm looking forward to May 4th's tomorrow. So until next time, thanks.